some buttons. Yes, I was thinking, hoping it would switch over, but it did not. So, time for some tube magic. Okay. Okay, so this does not automatically connect. I hoped it would. There we go. Sending a new link. Okay, so I think I will close this one. Okay. And this is why we go on a little early. Okay, and then I'll go and put this in posts for everybody. And then good to go. Okay. Okay. Phineas found it, so that's a good sign. That means I did this right. Okay, I'm going to mute for a minute and wait for a few more people to come in. It helps. when your girl turns on the mic, right? Hello all. Hola mi gente. ¿Cómo están? I'm Miss Ashley, and that bottle over there. It's all over here in my chat. I'm right over to the side. And I'm just going to start clicking away. I noticed that I have quite a few new subscribers, so hello everybody. Very excited to see everybody's comments and kind words. I really appreciate it. This is my new hairstyle. I had not got it cut or colored professionally since 2019, and it was time. It was time. So I got all these dead ends chopped off. And then, colored. And I feel so much lighter in mass because it was down to my waist. And it must have been like 4 pounds. And unfortunately, because it had been so treated and was dry, it was not able to donate it. But yeah, this is the new hair. So much lighter, so much lighter. I'm wearing my jacket because I wanted to put on the AC for allergy purposes. I'm gonna keep my sniffer right. Let's see. I'm showing my bite me later. It's funny, it's the thing. The camera's here, the mic is here. We'll see how it goes. And the reason I'm bringing that out is because my friend gifted me this wonderful candle. My favorite author, Edgar Allan Poe. Let's play around with that. There's a little raven right there. Another one right there. It's a bit long, so it's going to need a try. His hand, the scissor like this. Remember that? Like this. Never like this. So if you have a wick this long, definitely need to cut it down. So I'll set yourself on fire. I do not think this is scented. It is a candle, plain white. I think you can see this lighting. I'm going to go to light it. I'm trying to figure out a way to disconnect. There we go. I'm going to delete that live. And I now know that was not a good way to begin this. But we live and we learn. That's how we learn how to do stuff. And my nails fell off. And with thumbs too. But I wasn't ready to start a new set, so I had an old stitch nail. That's what we have. And under the mic, I have a piece of foam. So you know if that's tingly. This is what was on me before. Breathe, yeah. It's lemon scent. It smells like a kitchen, basically. Kitchen. It's outside, it's off. Now you smell really fresh for sure. Those bright yellow aura. This is my favorite fidget toy that I made myself. If you haven't seen a video of me, you will. It's just like these are, if you ever seen these little boxes, they're real useful boxes. I like them because you can wrap up your headphones prior to having and not lose them. And they came in a pack of 3. So I mic headphones and ear earphones. I still use wires with my cell phone because I use. If I didn't have something like this, I'd probably use scissors and wires too. Hello, Ultra Instinct. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me. Someone sent me books. Okay. So, wait, I'm trying to do this. P. Oh, okay. It's funny what the mic picks up. And this thing is really short. Whack. How about a little softer? This is one of my tingliest stuffed animals. His head is very tingly. I don't know. Let's see if we turn up the intensity a little bit. Maybe that's too close. Just from New Orleans. That's why he looks like a court jester. I'm so glad you did. Because I'm always sniffing. Always sniffing. Oh, he has a bottom. It's a beanie bottom. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Somebody had commented on the channel about like how I point things out and it looks like I'm teaching a lesson. So I made this little clipboard. This held something. This was part of something. I used some scrap paper from leftover notebooks and these clips that say do now, do now, do now. And I don't know if they still use the term, but do now is like the beginning of the lesson. You come in, your teacher's like, all right, have a seat. And your do now is to write about why you love Miss Ashley sniffing or something. So I love that I found do now clips. For me to do what I want to do now. This came from a stationery set. It has glasses, like old timey Benjamin Franklin glasses. And then this is leftover photo paper, so let's see how that sounds. Then my creaky chair. This is parchment paper, or as not like old timey parchment paper, but a similar method of making it. down inside. And then this is from a notebook. Has like, I don't know if you can really make it out. It's like a fairy lady. She has long flowing hair. This is like a thicker paper. And this is from a regular notebook. These are like the same. It's like the boring pages. Thank you, Ultra Instinct. It's funny because I used to, when I was a kid, my nose was, I guess, the same size it is now, and the rest of me kind of filled in after. So I always pointed my nose out when I was a kid. I just like the way this sounds. It's my lip gloss. Oh, I'm gonna light my new candle. It's favorite author again. And yeah. Let's see. Light alert. Turn off to the side. So that when I turn the lights a little off. I usually have a million things to say. I think getting my hair cut, all the stress just got cut off. So I can't think of too much to say. But I'm having fun. I saw a lot of new subscribers this week, and that's like intense. But it's good, intense. This can't be super duper tingly just looking at the price tags. Let me try this. Everybody needs some spice in their life. It's spicy. Can you smell it? It's jalapeno. It's not super spicy, but it's fun. So if you're watching this on replay, I will be going live every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am in New York City, so that's just about bedtime for other 45-year-old people. If I completely mispronounce your name, please correct me. Kina Aria. Let me know. I've been trying to do it just like you timestamped. It took me a minute to hear it myself. I think that was it, so let me know. gonna lower the light a smidge. Hopefully we don't get too blinded by my glasses. It's weird having the mic off to the side like that. So, coming up this week on the channel, I have some pre-recorded stuff that I did with just random trigger assortment for the weekend. And then next week, I'm going to be doing a video on historical toys. I have a bunch of them. And I just want to do the research, make sure I'm naming things correctly. What else? Sniffs galore, of course, because it's the pollen is everywhere. Okay, let me try that. K na R E I A. So I'm really bad. It's partly the not quite dyslexia. It's like a language thing. So Kina RIA. Kina RIA. If I said that right, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down and I'll keep trying. Can you hear the hair? Can you guys hear the hair? I feel like before I got a cut, there were so many deadheads. It was like the end of an actual horse. But I felt like I'm good. I'm fine. I will practice that. I love, one of the things I missed about teaching in the classroom is learning new names and learning new cultures. Kina. Oh, that's perfect. I love that. Phonetics are even better because we have emojis. All the things that I learned from this next time. Just battery pack. What else is coming up this week? I'm going to be doing reading again from a storybook, and I will also do another reading in Spanish. I'm just still looking for one that I feel comfortable reading because I'm not as fluent as I used to be, and I'm actually really looking forward to doing that video because I'm going to spend the day immersing myself in the language so that when I read, I'm not stumbling too much. My stutter is not so much when I speak English, but my stutter comes out a lot when I speak Spanish. And trying to speak Filipino is real rough, but I'm determined to remember how to just speak languages. But I used to be able to, not even thinking about it. I'm trying to think what other requests. There was some fast aggressive stuff, which I will do. And if I have a lot of typing that I need to do this week, I'll be writing to work on writing. Sniffing is everything. Oh, thank you. I do love to get up close. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear. I really do just love the art of being a calmer, if that makes sense. And I do have original stories that I've written, but I'm not sure yet what I want to do with them because I think we're going to do some animation and I have paintings, so I'm probably also going to do a video this week of me painting. And that gets very sniffy because when I concentrate, you just get all I don't know. It's just the leaning down when you're painting or drawing or writing. So And yeah, this is like my new favorite toy that I made myself. It's epic. I'm gonna bring out Stitch's notebook, my new Stitch notebook. I have not started writing in it yet, but I think the swatching quality is amazing. Excuse me. For dinner tonight, we weren't even thinking. We ended up having jarred sauce. So much sugar. There's so much sugar in jarred sauce. And it's been like forever since we had that at the house. No judgment on anything. It's fine. It's food. But woo, was not expecting it to be that sweet. I forgot. Oh, sniffing the aura. I actually really like doing those. Um, because while I'm not a real like religious type person, but I do feel like that people have an energy about them, and sometimes it's not just a light. Sometimes it's like a scent, and it's not always a perfume. It's like I guess like people who eat a lot of fruit, I feel like they smell like citrus. Um, like I don't know what it is. So I feel like if you kind of are what you eat. So I don't know. 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 I feel like I must smell like a giant coffee bean. I want a cup of coffee now. It's way too late. I do want to start. I have way too many notebooks, way too many blank notebooks. So I bought this one not too long ago. I'm bringing it up because I want to trace all the windows. There's a tree on the stairs. It's just the composition of it. I don't have anything in it yet. My problem is I write in notebooks and then when I'm ready to go transcribe, when I'm waiting to go transcribe, then I have to type, and then I'm like, oh no, I have nails. Oops. Kina, you are most welcome. And I think since I have new subscribers, I'm also this week going to do an AMA. So if you didn't get to join us at the live and you want to write down a question, I will respond to comments. Because I always feel like when people are on YouTube and I comment a lot, not a lot, but if like there's videos that I'm channels that I watch, and if they say something that I'm interested in, I like to comment. And I'm always wondering, is it the person actually answering it, or like their moderator or something? So it's me answering, and sometimes I like write like as if I'm texting back, so I don't always think about what I'm writing, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, maybe I should add something else. But I don't know. Social media is a new world for me. At its very height, I was teaching already, and there was a kind of, not quite censorship, but like teachers shouldn't be on social media because kids then know what you're doing. Oh, no scrunchies. So I kind of like have to wait for it to happen naturally like that. Like that's like the Bewitched. Maybe that was it. We keep rambling. But yeah, like social media is something pretty new for me. I had Facebook when it first came out, but I was already off of it before the madness started. And then all these others came out. I think I have it installed, but I don't know how to use it, to be honest. And it's just a still picture. I'm still trying to understand. I have a TikTok, and I'm still trying to learn how to use that. It's not, I mean, obviously, it's take a video and post it. But it's more, it's, I don't know, maybe it's a Gen X thing. We didn't take pictures of everything and record everything because we didn't have that technology yet. And I feel like as everybody is getting into it, and they all have kids and stuff, so it's like, oh, you're posting pictures of your kids. It's all wholesome. I'm not saying it's just. Does everybody need to know what art museums I'm going to and plays? It seems like it's a different. Hi, Cole. TikToks is easy. You just have to skibbity riz it up. I hope that wasn't something offensive you just made me say. That's the other thing. Like, I don't know what's what. And every time I see online, it's like Reddit. Like, I'm reading on Reddit. Everything's so bad about everything. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, I mean, some obvious things are bad. I get it. Like, those are bad when I were young. When I was young. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like TikTok, like, leave it to the young people. Like, that's for them. And then, like, young people come onto YouTube to see what older people are saying and teaching. Or at least that's how I understood YouTube, because during the time when we were all inside our homes and teachers had to teach like this, it was just something that seemed more natural to me, like teaching a lesson. And I was just joking about Gen Z lingo. They just say things like that. Oh, okay. Because I was one of those teachers where they're like, yes, dance with us. And I'm like, all right, because whatever. And they're just like, what'd you make me do? What'd you just make me do? They say things like that. Oh, I just saw your question, Aljo. Do you know how to flare? I mean, like, like I'm getting angry? I'm not sure. Was it something like that? I taught English. So I did reading, writing, but mostly the last couple of years it was um, paperwork for administrators. It was like the least amount of teaching. It was all paperwork, and I'm like, what's going on? Why am I doing all the writing? I'm supposed to be having the kids write and then me read, but the writing. It was very like it was weird. It was weird. But I still advocate for reading in libraries, um, and writing. Like, just write what you feel, write what you think, write out your everything. It's just it's a very good de-stressor, as well as learning how to communicate. And there's so many different ways to read now. Audiobooks and books that come in different languages. So if you are not like a native English speaker, there's plenty of other alternatives that you could use to kind of get you back in. Like when I want to practice my Spanish, so I have some books that are written solely in Spanish, but I have the translations in English, so I can like go back and forth. Widening your nostril on command. Like that's, I think, as big as it gets. So let me push up my glasses. Maybe if I could take a deep breath. I'll definitely try it this week with the camera. The cell phone, because I can get so much closer. I'm happy you got at least a giggle. But I also have experience in acting. That's a lot of the English stuff comes from. I have 2 degrees in media studies. So I find that this ASMR experience has just come very naturally, which is kind of a strange thing to say. This is not a artistry path that would have existed when I was my student's age, let alone. First, I taught middle school and high school, so my very first teaching year, those students would be 30. Ah, numbers, timey-wimey things. I'm just gonna. It's like, it's silly for me because I do it all the time, and yet everybody seems to like it. So it's just kind of okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. The things that we find comforting, right? I love to. Me, when I listen to ASMR, I like to listen to people chit chatting. Thanks, Socha. People chit chatting randomly, changing the whispers. I don't know what you guys think about mouth sounds. I haven't really done too much of them because I don't know if it's like played out. Like every time I listen to ASMRs, there's like so much mouth sounds, and I don't necessarily want to be sounding like everybody else. Oh, thank you. I started, one of my first professional jobs was in radio. Um, and if I had had a different start, I probably would have stayed in radio longer. But now this is what's happening. So thank you. I think my voice also succeeds in putting my students to sleep, for sure. So it would start my lessons really loud, and then they would do their writings. They'd be able to just stop, and then I'd start talking to them like this and playing with my nails. And one of them was like, you know that there's this thing called ASMR? And I'm like, wait, what? Tell me that. So you never know. You have a face for me. Cool. It's so funny because it's just like people don't say stuff like that anymore. And I like love all those old jokes. It's like the balance of a sense of humor. Like, it's not self-deprecating. It's just like, I don't know. I always think stuff like that's funny. I didn't really bring that many fidget toys out because I don't plan things. this paintbrush, I use it mostly for green, so I'm like amazed that it's got any of its original brushy color. Still gonna try. I'm going to, maybe not next week, but maybe the week after. I think I still have to fool around with some stuff. I want to see if I can figure out how to go live from my phone. It's always saying I need a streaming service, but I don't know if it's because of the phone itself or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, I could also do that thing that people do where they look it up and watch a video on how to do that. But I am so analog trained that it takes me a while to switch. Do not be conscious of your grammar at all, Cole. I'm from New York City. I don't know how to speak right, you kidding me? Don't worry about it at all. English is not about grammar. And it really hasn't, in the schools, it hasn't been about grammar in so long. It's more about freedom of expression, but also at the same time, learning how to like write in a certain way where you have a claim and you back up your claim and then you have a conclusion. Grammar can always be fixed through the computer. If you type it out, the spell check and all that stuff will fix it for you. So I was never a stickler for that. And here's some New York City tips for you, or New York State rather, it's the whole state. The way they test the students, like their multiple choice and stuff like that, they don't take off points for spelling. Like when they write essays, like if the spelling is close enough, we're not really supposed to take points off for it because there are so many of our students with language that where English is not their primary language. So if the meaning is good, then like you have to like you can't fail them for that, which I agree with. So don't worry about it. I'm a native English speaker, and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. You're fine. Totally fine. The standardization in schools, I think, was one of the biggest mistakes. And I can say that now because I'm not attached to a school or a district. Sometimes they do too much in an effort to do more. And I think less is more. I'm amazed this paintbrush is as clean as it is too. I use this for yellow. It's coming out of its stuff. It makes a nice sound. Let me try to move the mic closer. Lemon. Lemon. Now we all smell like lemon. Cole, if you don't mind me asking, what language do you speak? Sí, un poquito de español. Necesito mucho practicar because it's not in my everyday existence anymore. Oh, you're from the Netherlands. Trying to think if I know anybody from there. No, I don't. I know I've had friends that have visited, but I have friends in the UK, friends in Germany, friends in the Philippines, and I did have a friend that was like stayed there for a long time. I just remember they really thought it was just so super different from the US. I think most places are different from here. It's small, right? So I've been to, in Europe, I've been to Germany, I've been to the Czech Republic, and I've been to England and Scotland. England, Scotland, Germany, and the Czech Republic. Those are the countries I've been to in Europe. And it's different being from New York and still living here. It's different in terms of like how you view things internationally. Like we're so used to so many different people here, so when you go abroad, you know to be respectful. You're in somebody else's country. And I feel like I hear a lot of stories about Americans being in other countries and people being like, oh my god, they were so rude. Just like, I don't know, but I mean, in some parts of the country that I go, I feel like people are rude. So I love to travel when I can. I'm lucky enough to have friends all over the world because the program I was in college, the college I went to, they had a good international program. So a lot of people came to study at my school, and that's how I met a lot of people. So there was like the not normal, but just like the typical American people at college, people who were New Yorkers, so it's a different vibe, and then people from all over the world. And this was in the late 90s. So I think I have a different perspective of the world than what I see people on the internet having now, but maybe that's a bit of a Plato's Cave situation. Because I don't really know too much about what happens in the US outside of New York unless we see it on the news. And that's always a specific viewpoint. It's never the whole story, no matter where you look, unless you see it for yourself. So yes, that's my spiel on languages. Spiel, that's such a New York word too. I'm trying to see what else I can grab. Oh, Jesus. Cereal box. I have not found a cereal box this size, but my friend gave me a candle and we put it in here. It's for safekeeping. That's a good use. Recycled material. Yeah, the US is massive. Makes sense that you don't travel much outside of it. I have in the past, before the before times, I used to travel a lot, and again, because we know people, and you know people, you go. I don't like to go to a city and stay in a hotel. I feel like that's not the real experience. If you're going to a city and you have like a friend that lives there, and you like stay with them, and you like see what their life and what like their town is actually like, I think it's just a better experience, and you learn more about like a culture versus just going and staying in a hotel. I feel like that's like, if you were to come to New York, would you stay in a hotel? Maybe, but if you don't like check out the other parts, then you're missing out on what it's like really like. And I feel like that's the same thing in the US. I've been to a lot of the cities in this country that have baseball teams because I love baseball. And so if I'm planning a trip, or if I have to go somewhere for like business or whatever, I'm going to see if I can get tickets to it. There's nothing inside though. It's empty. It was recycled. It has the stuff we used to pack the candles. This is like space paper. Give you these honeycombs. It's gonna be the biggest. Ever. Let's see. You can go to France, Germany, and the UK with public transport in 2 to 3 hours. You probably can't leave the state in that time frame. You can't leave the city of New York. Going from the Bronx to the international airport in JFK, you need 2 hours. Easy. And that's in like a Sunday. I've never flown on a weekday during rush hour. I've flown like late or really, really, really early. Thanks for stopping by, Ultra. My pleasure, my pleasure. And then if you have to go to Newark Airport, that's the other international airport in the area, and that's technically in another state, that's technically in New Jersey. That's a whole other traffic nightmare. And my best friend lives in Cali, and the LA traffic, she's like, oh, she's like, please, this New York traffic is not. But anyway, my ear's kicking out my plug, and I am so happy for everybody that was able to come by. And I'm planning on doing this next week, same time, same bad channel. And I'm probably not going to put the advert ahead of time because I can't figure out how to link it yet. So I'll just put in that reminder in the community. And keep on commenting. And again, I'll get a 15 to 20 minute video every day this week. I'm gonna work on the flaring.